every other day some new AI models are coming up and are being claimed that these new models will be taking up the jobs from somewhere. But let's we'll today we'll try to kind of understand what is it, what that kind of AI is, how we can fill into those shoes. So for you people, most of those who are joining the work culture here, sorry, the workforce here, you're skilling to get into an employment market, let's say down the line 4 years. You people should not be afraid of AI. Let's say, for example, a couple of years before, let's say 10 years before, the computers were being introduced at a couple of places. Computers were introduced in banking around 70s, 80s, something like that. And people were afraid then also. When computers were getting into banks, people were thinking, in the banks were thinking that what will happen if this computer takes up my job of counting, calculating, writing things into a database, something like that. Because if you being a very new generation, you might have not have seen that, but the previous banking era, people used to write your account balances and everything in a register kept inside a bank. So there was a human to do that. Now that is being done by computers. Then also, when it was being done, government had to give new bonuses, additional bonuses for people to use these computers. Imagine, had these people registered it, obviously these people registered it to some extent, that change was registered to some extent. But had these people registered and stopped the adoption of computers in banking, then what would have happened today? So the banking would, first thing, the banking would not have grown to the scale it has grown today. We see banks, banks everywhere. In everybody's pocket there is a bank. You can just transact, you can just go to that bank, open it, and just say that transfer this money to somebody, isn't it? Transfer 100 rupees. We would not, I mean, it was impossible to think of a scenario like this, economy like this, had the computers were not introduced in banking sector in India. Then we would have been a kind of society which you people would not love to be in, because you would have to go to bank for everything and be there in line almost for a day with today's population. So this is the transition. The people then in the banking hated that transition because they thought that it will take up their job. But you people who are entering the skill market just now, getting skilled, you're getting skilled, you'll be getting jobs after a couple of years. But you are today, what you are trying to do is you are getting into a market where you'll gain the skills. You people need not be worrying of something new coming up, because you are not entering into something new. You people are the new. You people, your first tool that you will be using, you might be using in your first year, is generative AI everywhere. So we people, when I or Devendra sir, sorry, I or Yogendra sir studied, we might have just worked with a computer with far less memory than what we have in what you people have in your mobiles, isn't it? So we worked in that area. So for us, transition from that a very low compute era to this high compute era with thousands of GPUs, lakhs of time faster compute, is a difference for us. So it's a difference for us, but for you people who are entering into an era which is already speed, you're getting onto a train which is already Tejas. You're not getting into a passenger train which we traveled. For you, there is not much to fear, there is not much change, because you are the change. You are starting in a train that is already fast. So we'll go back to we'll think from a very first principle. So why do we need, when we are talking about how can we build skills for the newer era, I would like you to just ponder upon, just think of, I'll tell you one. So all the people who are saying, I'm going back to the first slide, all the people who are going and saying that the AI is going to bring in this revolution and these many people jobs are going to be lost, these people are the people who are saying that AI is not going to take up anybody's job, it's just useless technology, and it is just an hype that will stay there for 5 years, next 5 years, and then yeah, it'll go back, it'll just vanish. So these are the people, not just these people, most of the people in this world are like there is a story that Gandhiji narrated to the people who came to visit him. So that story is like something like this. So there were seven people who went on to see the elephant in park. So they said, let's go and see an elephant. So how is the elephant? So they go to the park or a zoo, and they get to see a elephant. A guide takes them to a elephant, and these seven blind people, सात अंधे लोग उस हाथी को किस तरह से explore करते हैं. Somebody goes and, I mean, they just explore the elephant with their hand, and for an hour that goes on happening, they explore the elephant, they come back, and their teacher asks them, the seven people, the seven blind people who cannot see, have explored an elephant for an hour. They come back and they see, the teacher asks them, okay, how is the elephant? Everyone has been asked, everyone is asked, how is the elephant? So the first person says that, oh, elephant is like a long rope. What he must have seen, elephant is like, he describes elephant as a long rope, because it might have, he might have seen the tail for very long. Somebody says that it's like a trunk of a tree. He might have he might have touched the leg of the elephant. Somebody says that it's a long pipe. He might have seen the, isn't it, it's जो sound होती है हाथी की, he might have explored that one. So a lot of people talking about AI ki AI se ye hoga, this will happen, that will happen, this will come, this will not go. Most of these people, most of those people are the people like the seven blind people. Something that is coming up in the future, we are surely unaware of what will happen, what kind of shape it will take. We are also part of those blind people gang here, but we are trying to explore, isn't it? Exploring is also not wrong. Discussing is also not wrong. So if somebody says you this is what is going to happen, do not take it for granted, because that may change. Everybody is a blind here, we all people are trying to understand what is it, and how can we make the best out of things that will come up. But there are people who are studying these things with, isn't it, with somebody who cannot see but still measures out, takes up round of the elephant and writes down everything that he notes that, and he says that no, the elephant is not just like a tail, not just like a rope, it's like a big balloon, it also is like a big trunk, it's also like a big pipe. So it means elephant has a shape which is big one, but has different kinds of parts to his body. At least this description is far better than getting onto a single description of elephant, just like a rope, isn't it? So there are people who have been studying it, and there have been many studies that are going on, that have been studying this, the change of AI. So why just talk about AI when we are talking about the skills that we want to build? We want to see building adaptability and skills for tomorrow job market. The tomorrow job market, we'll see that how our previous generations have prepared themselves for this their tomorrow job market. So what happened? So let's go back to the first principle. As I said, first principle है ना, एकदम fundamental में जाते हैं. Why jobs exist, why job exist, why the economy exist. So what we see that, so job is simply a problem someone is paid to solve, isn't it? So when you take an Ola, you have a problem, you have a problem. What is your problem? You are at a place A and you want to go at a place B. You are at Kannat place and you want to go to some market, isn't it, Palika Bazaar? So that's your problem. So you pay somebody to solve your problem, you ask somebody to take you from this place to that place. That's your problem, and somebody is solving it. Ola is solving it, Uber is solving it, the driver is solving it for the Uber, the driver is solving it for the Ola. So why does the job market exist? So we have n number of jobs, those are problems of somebody is solving those problems. It's basically that. And so human needs food, learning, safety, connections, all these are problems that people are trying to solve for themselves with the help of others. So what has happened? These problems never change. The problems never they change, but the ways these problems get solved keeps changing, isn't it? So every technological leap, every technological change rewrites the leap, how it is solved. So for an example, if you see on this slide, what we have is agriculture. So we solve the problem of agriculture. So agriculture is solving a problem of, isn't it, food. So when the humans were in, let's say, that area where when we were not settled, we were just wandering, we were just evolved from monkey. We are evolving now with AI, but when we evolved from monkeys, we were just wandering here and there and getting what we get to eat, whatever we get to eat. We settled down, we set the agriculture. Then when we solve the problem of agriculture, I mean low produce, what, when we, let's say, we are talk of the recent 50 60 years, when we got the green revolution in India, the kind of problem that we solved was that of agriculture, and what it gave us, the food surplus, isn't it? When we solved the problem of grain produce, we got a lot of food surplus, which was beneficial to us, isn't it? And nobody is hungry nowadays. Then when there came the problem, when then a technological revolution that happened, that wherein steam engines were created or invented, what we got is, we got the rise of factories, isn't it? Things that were done by the hands were being made in factories now. So that is rise in the factories. When we got the electricity, the things that were done on a steam engine now got onto electricity, and we were able to put up a lot of automation, and we were able to produce things on mass. So let's say, for example, 30 years before, I mean, if you ask your parents how costly the clothes were, the clothing industry, today a shirt costs just 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees, isn't it? And it's available in so much of quantities, varieties, and all that. So 1,500 rupees today is not much, isn't it? So if you take up the value of money that has been depreciated over the years, so 100 rupees couple of years back, 30 years back, was a huge amount. So 1,500 is almost comparable to that. So now the price of clothes have been reduced at a enormous scale. Everybody has a clothes, isn't it? And everybody has n number of clothes in their closets, which was not possible without the electricity, without the factories, or without the revolution that has happened in agriculture, wherein we got a huge number of cotton produce or fiber produce, isn't it? So what we were able to do with electricity, we were able to mass produce the products. So cloth is just an example. We were able to mass produce the papers, we were able to mass produce the notebooks, isn't it? We were able to mass produce the cars. So electricity has enabled the factories to go on a mass production mode. Then came the computers. So over the period, we are looking at the revolution, wherein the first revolution that has happened across the world was agriculture, then the factories, then the automation of factories, progress there. Then came the internet, then came the computers. The computer gave us information age. So when we were doing things with paper, when we were doing things through some, let's say, telephone communications over the telephone, when we got the computers, what we got, we got an information age, where we are able to produce the information, propagate the information at an very accelerated speed. We got the internet. So internet gave us the connected world. So we are able to now communicate and commerce on do business with anybody sitting anywhere. You people, everybody has a shop in his pocket, everybody has a bank in his pocket. Reason being, we have these things available. We have electricity, computers, internet, we have steam engines, factories wherein mobiles are getting manufactured at a scale, isn't it? So these are the things which have caused betterment of our lives, betterment of the economy and society. And what this economy consists of, the economy consists of somebody's problem. So economy has lots of problem, and people are solving those problem, and that's why economy exists. Somebody has a problem, somebody solves that problem, and the methods to those solve those problems, the problem of factories, the problem of mass production, the problem of information age, or the problem of communication, is solved with those tools, or the enhancement, progress, or research in those areas: agriculture, steam, electricity, computers, internet, all that. And coming back to the area, coming back to the topic that we're speaking today, what we are looking at an unprecedented research and development in the area of AI. A lot of advancements are happening in this area, and what this advancement is going to give us, it's going to give us an intelligent systems. Till now, as I said, what we were trying to do is, with internet or computers, we were trying to turn information just into a 0101 form, digital form. We were trying to transfer it from one place to the other place. We were trying to do, isn't it? But the machines, those machines were dumb. Maybe people, the people, the kind of people you are just getting into the first year, or maybe you have seen computers or mobiles, those were already talking, the talking in a sense. Let's say so how can I interact with people, or maybe they should put something up in the chat so that they also keep thinking on these lines. uh, so in Marathi there is a story, we say that so if you tell somebody a Ramayana, let's say this is the laptop in front of me, and if I tell the story of Ramayana to this laptop, and if I ask, so I narrate the story of a Ramayana टू लैपटॉप की, राम थे, सीता थी, एंड लक्ष्मण थे, रावण था, ये हुआ वो हुआ. When I narrate the story to the laptop and ask it a question, who was Ram, who was Sita, isn't it? Will the laptop answer me back? Put your answers in chat.
No, obviously laptop cannot answer.
The laptop cannot answer, isn't it? And in Marathi we say that गधे के सामने, ऐसे हिंदी है कि उसके सामने पूरी रात भर रामायण पढ़ी, लेकिन सुबह उठ के पूछता है कि सीता कौन थी राम की, isn't it? So it's like that, because the laptops, the machines that we see, most of these are dumb, isn't it? These are dumb terminals. So if you have, maybe if you have studied computer programming somewhere, or we call it programming. These computer programs are to be programmed, the machines are to be programmed, the software is to be programmed. उसे program करना पड़ता है. Explicit instructions have to be given to machine. Who needs explicit instructions? So there is a, let's say you have one of your servants at your home, and he has to be given every instructions. Abhi market jao, ye paise lo, sabzi lao, I mean, or go to the market, take the sabzi. No, how do I get the vegetable from the vendor? No, no, you have to take it with hand, put it in packet. Oh, okay, how do I give him money? Oh, you can pay with GP, or you can give him a cash. If your servant asks you all these questions every step, what do you call him? Obviously in Hindi there is a word buddhu, in English there is a word dumb. So these machines have to be given instructions at every step. If a human needs that much of instructions at every step, we call that as a buddhu, or we call it as a dumb. The machines, the computers of, let's say, not this area, because the not this era, basically the computers of 2023 and beyond are intelligent, becoming intelligent. Not every computer is intelligent, isn't it? So what if there is somebody whom we just give one instruction and he does that task very well, उसको सिर्फ थोड़ा सा बता दो and he'll get you the work done very right. What you call such a people? You call them intelligent, isn't it? So the people versus dumb people versus the intelligent people. What we are going to do with the machines is we are going to make this machine intelligent systems. The systems are going to be intelligent. If you ask this laptop, if you ask, tell this laptop a story of Ramayana, and if you ask any question कि राम की सीता कौन थी, वो कहेगा कि पत्नी थी. So that's kind of the machines, intelligent machines you will have. If you ask this computer to go book me a ticket, to go find me a good college, go find me a good college and get an admission for myself, isn't it? The machines will do that. So if that is done, so this is just up to some simple examples. What if it comes to what kind of jobs people are doing now? Let's take an example of any job. Put it in chat. Any job you think of. So let's say, just say first of all, take a job of a computer engineer. The computer engineers, or let's say web developer, somebody who builds website, creates an HTML page, designs and everything. Let's say a website for a bank. A website for a bank was being created by somebody human, writing that HTML code, CSS, JavaScripts, those kind of technologies. I understand there are people from other fields also, humanities and all that, but I think website is pretty much something that everybody knows. So couple of years before you had to write a code to create a website, isn't it? And so that was somebody's jobs. That was somebody's job. Somebody was getting paid to create that website. And now what if we just tell a machine that, oh, I'm this bank, I'm State Bank of India, create a website for me. He just goes and tells it to a laptop, isn't it? And what if the laptop gives him a website? And maybe he can just say that, no, now make the color, you have made the color as a red, it's SDFC's color, make it blue because SBI color theme is blue. And it'll change that, obviously. So if that is being done, obviously the job that was being done by a human being will get replaced to some extent. How and all that we'll see in the next part of it. But what we are trying to do with AI, artificial intelligence, is we are trying to create the machines, the computers, as intelligent systems. So every leap moved walk to new places, it never erased it. Obviously creation of website, will that go anywhere? Creation of website is there, it is now accelerated, it is now speed up. Has the internet removed the need of communication? No. Has the computers removed the need for keeping an information, somebody to keep or maintain information? No, isn't it? So it's simply the newest leap. We just get in new methods of solving the same problems. The problems are still there, but as we are seeing that the changes that are happening do not cause us any harm. But yes, the fear that is across us, why we are discussing this topic, because that's being discussed everywhere. This topic that AI replacing people is being discussed everywhere. But what today we are looking at here is how can we evolve with AI and not be afraid of. But there is a fear of AI across everywhere. If you have a small fear, if you or your friends or your parents or any of your uncles, relatives and everybody, if they have fear of AI, of AI, I mean of AI in a sense, if they are afraid of the fact that AI may take up their jobs, that fear is real, isn't it? That fear is real. How do we solve that fear? How do we come out of that anxiety? Let's see. Everywhere, these are very recent cases which I was while creating these slides, I was reading through the contents, what is happening around this fear. And we'll say these are like 15 or 20 days examples, wherein at University of Central Florida, University of Arizona, Middle Tennessee State, everywhere where somebody like me went on to speak on artificial intelligence, or somebody went on to speak on their graduation ceremonies, people just booed those speakers down, isn't it? Because these people, the speakers, praised AI so much so that the people were so much afraid, because those are the people who will get into the job market, and those jobs do not exist or have been changed in their form. So these people, the speakers were kind of, isn't it, booed by the audience. But is that going to stop the wave? Is that going to stop the wave? What we have to do is, if there is a wave that is happening, the wave है ना, जो लहर है पानी की, वो रुकने नहीं वाली. Even if we say that नहीं नहीं नहीं, I'm not afraid of it, what is it, or this is not real and all that, whatever resistance we put to that wave which is coming up, the tide is real, the wave is real. What now we need to do is, should not get afraid of it. What we can do is ride over the, how can we create a boat and just swim over that tide that is coming up. So the question that you all are asking, or you all, or at least other people are asking, will AI take my job? Or for you, I'll frame you for you. This is fearful question. I'll frame it for you. Will AI keep any job for me to do when I pass out of my degree? Whatever admission, whatever degree you are into, let's say Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, or Computer Science, or Business of Computer Applications, whatever. Will AI keep any job for me there when I pass out? That's a fearful question. Whereas you should, from the day one, frame it question like this: How do I create value in the world with AI? As I said in the previous slides, what jobs, why do we do jobs? We create values all the time with AI. We create value all the time with AI. So there are problems that people have, we add in value to their life, we solve those problems for them. What I can do with AI, what problems I can solve with AI, how do I create value in the world with AI, how can I solve somebody's problem with AI, is the question that you should be asking from the day one of your college. So the first question, it shrinks you, the other one puts you in charge. The first question puts you in the seat of a passenger. आप एआई की गाड़ी में बैठे हो, पता नहीं ये कहाँ ले जाएगा हमें, है ना? You are in a car which is being driven by artificial intelligence and you're worried कि पता नहीं, it's Delhi 2 a.m. in the night, I don't know where it will take. What if you are in the driver's seat and you know where you want to actually go? That will take away your fear, as I said. And it's not just you people who are entering into a graduation, but for everybody, including me. I should always, I should always look at the fact that what I can create with AI which will add value to the world. So there are certain numbers. The researchers that are, as I said, people are studying this area. People are studying the changes across the world in the field of AI, and people are looking at what kind of impacts the technologies or advancements or the progress in artificial intelligence is changing the job market. How it is changing. So these are various numbers from various reputed bodies, be it World Economic Forum, Bain and Company, NASSCOM from India, McKinsey. So all these agencies have been studying how the economics will get affected, how the jobs will get affected because of AI. But let me tell you, every study, I have been through these studies for various purposes that we do for the government, the projects that we do for the government, where we have studied these reports, and these reports say that, every report says that there will be the change in jobs, but the number of jobs that we need, again related to the banking sector, had the computers not been there in the banking sector, the banking sector would not have grown to the stage it is today. You would not have seen everybody having one or two accounts. Every student has an account nowadays. The account in previous generation was a luxury. Only one person in family had an account. A family had one account, isn't it? Now it's every family member has an account, or maybe there will be times when every family member has multiple accounts, which is almost there at adult table. Now children will also have their own accounts, multiple accounts, different kinds of accounts. Why it is possible today? Because of automation, because of computerization. Had this computerization not happened, you would not have seen so many banks there across the world, so many banks there across the every city, every almost every good village or every big village in India has a kind of bank, an ATM service, which is guarded by a guard, a bank which is kind of which employs at least 3-4 people. So we have this is just banking sector or finance sector is just an example. So similarly, around 0.78 million, 1 million is 10 lakhs, 0.78 million jobs are going to get created because of AI. But it also says that 92 million jobs are getting replaced. So what is happening is 92 million jobs will get replaced by displaced. Let's say the jobs will get displaced by the artificial intelligence, but 170 million jobs will get created. So net addition कितना है? सो 92 मिलियन जॉब्स एआई की वजह से चले जाएंगे, 170 मिलियन जॉब्स एआई की वजह से आएंगे, तो नेट एडिशन 78 मिलियन जॉब्स एआई की वजह से नए बनेंगे. सो दीज 92 मिलियन पीपल आर आल्सो गोइंग टू गेट अ जॉब. They are part of that 170, but what they have to do is they have to reskill themselves. What is reskilling? You know how to cut a wood with an axe, isn't it? You are traditionally trained. आपका डिग्री था कि लकड़ी को कुल्हाड़ी से कैसे तोड़े, isn't it? Now you'll have to reskill yourself. How can I cut the wood with a machine? Isn't it? You'll have to reskill. So that is how, but that is the problem for the people who are already in job market. You people who are getting into the job market just now, I mean, skilling market, in a sense, you are skilling yourself for some job after 4 years. You don't have to worry about this because you're not part of those 92 million jobs getting displaced. Huh. What you have to worry about is what you learn at the college. Whatever is being taught you at college, you also should, one, obviously your university will take care of that, that your portion, your syllabus has enough skills, enough portion to empower you so that you can make use of AI, isn't it? It's for those. So, what for the people who are cutting wood with the axe now have to learn of a machine. Those are the people who are already in job market. These 92 million people who will get displaced are the people who are already in job market. For you people, what you should be looking at is this 78 million new jobs that will get created. This number will keep growing because 2020, around 2020's number says that there will be 30-40 million jobs every year. As we explore the power of AI, we are understanding that the way it is going to revolutionize the world. I'll to give an perspective, assume that let's go back to 200 years before. Were there jobs in this quantity? What people were doing 200 years before? Fighting with each other, obviously. I mean, the most of the biggest job supplier, or let's say 300 years before, the biggest job industry was, isn't it, war. So uh, a king was fighting with another king, and the employment was there, not in agriculture, not in education. The employment was there in fighting, isn't it? So now 300 years fast forward, we have varied jobs. 4 years fast forward, we'll be having varied jobs because of the technological revolution that is happening inside the artificial intelligence. This 78 million jobs are of you people. So the first question, will there be jobs left for me? Will AI take my jobs? Will there be job roles available for me after 4 years when I graduate, after 3 years when I graduate? Yes, there are 78 million jobs that will get created for you people who will be using AI to some extent. I'll show what is it. Then in India, so this is across world, 78 million jobs across world. This is prediction of 2025 World Economic Forum. The NASCOM and Bain and Company, which did this survey together, it says that against 1.2 million skilled, a gap of 1 plus million, but the number of new jobs we'll have is 2.3 billion, 23 lakh jobs, isn't it? In 2027, you people will be, I think, still in college by then, and then this number will keep growing. Then there will be hybrid jobs. So McKinsey says that the fastest growing roles blend domain expertise with AI literacy. So these are the jobs in the field wherein people are using some skills, and they will adopt to AI. They will have to adopt to AI, and then only they can get these jobs. Obviously, then there are a lot of jobs that will get created. So most of the jobs will be hybrid jobs, wherein you will have to use the skills that you study. Let's say somebody studies here history, isn't it? He has to take up a job, something that studies the history with the help of AI. Somebody that can contribute, who can contribute to the history, understanding history, or not letting it repeat with the artificial intelligence. The new roles are technical and managerial. New roles are not just, isn't it? Every role is going to get some form of technology. There will be AI research scientist, prompt engineer, solution architect. These are just couple of titles, mostly for the computer scientists, which I have mentioned here. But there are so much of fields that that will get impacted, and you'll see this. So AI, so I'll go to this field. So if you're seeing that the roles that I mentioned here are mostly AI research scientists, prompt engineers, solution architects, AI ethics managers, AI project leads. These are, you may feel that these are the roles in software industry, only in software industry, but no, it's not only the software industry that will, as I said, it's not just the software industry that will get disrupted or displaced. The jobs in area will get displaced. It's not only with the software industry, but with every industry. But do we have opportunities everywhere? Yes, in humanities, social sciences, management, or commerce, various kind of roles will be there for people who will be having the jobs. Humanities will have AI ethics policy. They'll have to deal with governance, regulation, digital humanities, archives, communication, content strategy, education, learning design. Management people will be contributing to AI products, project leadership, strategy, business transformation, everywhere. So what I'm talking is very much it applies to everybody. What is ever is your domain expertise, add that with AI, and you'll have an edge. What I wanted to make a point here is, so when AI takes up job, how do we prepare yourself? How do you prepare yourself with jobs? For example, this question was asked by Crade CEO. What's his name? Some Shah, isn't it? Kunal Shah? Kunal Shah. So Kunal Shah of Creed had asked this question to our secretary, Mighty, an experienced IAS of, let's say, I think he has experience of around 30-35 years experience. So he was asked, and somebody who is sitting, who is Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Telecommunication, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, has a exposure to everything that is happening across the nation, the changes in technology. And he was asked this question by Cred CEO. I was there. So he asked Sri Krishnanji, uh, what if you have to give an advice to your nephew about what kind of jobs he should do, what kind of skills he should have in this age? Because you are a secretary of Mighty, and you have been seeing so many companies, you have been seeing the changes in this area. What do you suggest? So this is the question that Kunal Shah asked Mighty Secretary. So what did Mighty Secretary thought for a minute, and he said, okay, I'll give advice to my, isn't it, whoever is niece, nephew. I'll give advice that you should focus on building your skills in domains, not just technology. Technology will come and go, but if you have skills of a domain, the skills of domain never die. They never change to must and action. They just keep getting complex, isn't it? The banking, I have been taking example of banking. So let's take an example of commerce. So people who were running shops couple of years before just need to know that where to purchase the stuff, how to get it stocked, where do you put in your shop, manage the shop. I mean, when a customer comes in, give the stuff to him, isn't it? That was the skill that he was needing then. What if somebody has studied this area very well? The commerce, how do we do commerce? And there is e-commerce, wherein, oh, I don't have a customer coming to my shop. I have a customer who is online also. He's going to put some order on some Flipkart and Amazon somewhere. I have to ship that order. I have to package that order, isn't it? These are new skills. These are new skills. So if somebody understands this domain, getting onto this new skills is not that difficult. आप आज अमेजोन पे बेच रहे हो, कल फ्लिपकार्ट पे बेचोगे, कल किसी एआई एजेंट से बेचोगे, isn't it? It's just the technology will keep changing, but your domain understanding of where to procure, how to manage it, how to account the shop, isn't it? All those skills are going to be important. So he said, his basically, in summary, he said, I'll give advice to newer generation that they should focus on the domain knowledge. Technology is also important, but technology will keep changing. But you should build in. If you're building softwares in banking sector, have very good understanding of banking sector. If you're building softwares, if you're building softwares in automobiles, have a very good understanding of automobiles. People who are studying humanities or business, what you're studying, you should study that very well, thoroughly. The technology will keep or take the jobs of people who are doing the routine work. People who do the routine work, the jobs are going to be displaced. As I said, they'll have to do something that is creative, that brings in, we'll have to, isn't it, the best, let's say, the as I said, you don't have to be buddhu, isn't it? The dumb definition of the computer, and of a dumb servant and an intelligent servant. So all those dumb servants, who were doing their jobs routinely in the same way, in the same boring way, repetitive tasks, standard analysis, everything is going to get replaced with the AI. But if that person, if he's putting leadership, trust, ethics, judgment, inspiring the people, all those kind of jobs are not going to get replaced. If somebody is doing a job very interestingly, give me an example. Let's give me an example of this. So for an example, so somebody is supposed to be at a petrol pump and guide people that कि आपका गाड़ी यहाँ से लेके आओ, take your car in from this side on a petrol pump, take it out on this side, isn't it? There are people kept there. Actually, just the arrows will work, but the people who are driving car do not care about those arrows, isn't it? So what if that job can be replaced with, isn't it, a robot? Yeah. What if we have a person who keeps on cracking jokes when he is helping people get onto the right line? What if he is an entertainer? What if he is an somebody who does his job with love, isn't it? He'll not get replaced. The job, whose jobs is going to get replaced? One who is showing this, go this side, isn't it? A robot can do that, isn't it? So somebody who does a job humanly, isn't it? The things that only humans have. If you're putting your humanly emotions, your humanly skills into your jobs, your job is not going to get replaced, isn't it? It's going to be better because you'll not be worried of the routine work. Routine work will be taken care by the machine. You'll do the creative work. And what if we, as I said, this is the creative. If you're a good person, you are an expert person, you are a human. And what if when we give AI to you, you'll be very, isn't it, you'll be very productive. So most future careers, best of both, if you bring in best of the artificial intelligence, if you bring in best of yourself, you'll have a very good career. And as I said, you won't be competing with AI, you will be working with AI. So every field is being rewritten, not just tech. We saw that every field, humanities, commerce, everything. So there are surveys which are saying that lawyers, I mean, lawyer keep drafting those long case papers. Those are getting drafted by the machines, isn't it? Those are getting drafted by the computers, large language models, the GPTs for law GPTs, isn't it? Those kind of models are coming up. So those are the changes that are happening. But what if a lawyer should not be focusing on drafting a report, copy pasting those reports? Because most of the lawyers, when they create a new draft, they do not create it from scratch. They'll I mean, I'm sorry if somebody is lawyer here. They the lawyer will not create the draft from scratch. He'll just copy previous draft, but he'll not take any penny less from you, isn't it? He'll ask, he has already taken 5,000 rupees from somebody else, he's going to take you 5,000 rupees from you also, whereas he has just reduced work, I mean, just copying previous work from his old work, isn't it? So that benefit is not getting passed to you. Now with artificial intelligence, you know that he is going to use AI, or you are going to use your AI yourself, create a case draft, give it to a lawyer, and you will say that reduce that 5,000 from my fees, isn't it? Because I have taken it at 100 rupees per token from whatever, 100 rupees per case paper generation from some chat GPT or some model built for that purpose. So that's going to change. But now then lawyer has to work on, I mean, how can I make this case stronger? AI is not going to do it. AI may help him, but that is where a lawyer has to put in his skills there. Okay, coming back to the computer science field, from the humanities, laws, is computer science finished? A lot of scary picture is being put that all software development is going to get automated. So many articles are being written at multiple places. Even people in Silicon Valley were saying that no, AI is going to create so much of automation that a lot of jobs will get replaced. Yes, as I said, the jobs will not be replaced, they will be displaced. They'll be taken from one place and they will be put at the another place. So obviously the kind of software coding that we people used to do, I mean, hand code everything, create everything, every website, like the SBI example that I gave. So I was creating SBI website from scratch. Now I don't have to. I have a agent, I have a computer that can help me, an intelligent system that can help me create a website. I'll have to just focus on how can I make it better, how can I make it best suited for SBI. The SBI person need not come to me and tell me that no, it looks like HDFC website, you should make it in blue. Obviously that's my brain which I should put on. I should give an agent the instructions to make it suited for that. The reality, the CS, so computer science, the jobs are not going to go away. Obviously the more over the software engineers will be needed, not just software coders. So for a couple of years we were just saying software engineering is all about coding. No, software engineering is far bigger than coding. The n number of 40 subjects that we study in engineering, or maybe 30-35 subjects that you'll study in BCA or MCA, whatever course you are in, the subjects are far more than just the coding. The subjects are about designs. The subjects are about creating a holistic experience of software. And I think for the teachers it is going to be far more important in coming years to teach those subjects of operating system, of software lifecycle development very carefully, because those subjects are going to be important. The machine will do the hand coding job, but what we'll have to design the system. We'll have to understand the customer requirements. We'll have to create a design as per the customer requirement and deliver a secure, safe working software. That is the responsibility that the software engineer has to take, not just the software coder, because the coding is being done by the machine to some extent. You will have to engineer that system, in which coding is just one part. So lesson isn't avoid computer science. Every field is shifting. As I said, humanities, law, commerce, everything is shifting. Similarly, the code is shifting. When I say shifting, it is not vanishing. The shifting means getting from one place to the other place. Things are changing. We should. So what, over the period of your first year to your second year and third year, or wherever, whatever number of years course you have, you should keep learning, unlearning, relearning, repeat. Reason being, by the time you are into first year, or maybe by the time you get out of your first year or you finish up your first year, there will be very different models that will come up. Very different models that will come up. You'll have to learn those new models. Maybe there will be another models that will come up. They will displace the previous jobs, displace the previous skills, and then you will have to learn again, then repeat. These skills that I show on screen will be required all through these periods, all through, isn't it? It's not just the advancements in AI that will, these skills will help you to surf through, but any change across the world, these skills are going to be important. I'll be sharing this screen, isn't it, slides with you, obviously. So what do actually do from day one? Build real things, read widely. Even people, if you are into humanities, if you are into commerce, if you are into whatever stream you are, these are the important ways. This is important approach. You should start building real things. If you are in a BBA, start building things. Now you have AI to your hand, as a part of your business course, as a part of your computer science course, as a part of your humanities course, history, whatever, isn't it? You should start building these things. The subjects that we study should not be practical, should not be theoretical at all. There has to be practice in everything. Even if you are doing history, you should build something. You should build animations with AI and all that. So you should build real things which will be useful to the people. Read widely. Reading has been a skill that is very important when it comes to learning and unlearning. You'll have to read a lot, wide. I mean, so you cannot be just specific to your subjects, but across the subjects. As academia or everything is getting multidisciplinary. You cannot be just historian. You'll have to be an AI user and a historian. You cannot be just one thing at a time. You'll have to be multi things at one time. Learn beyond your major, as I said. Multidisciplinary, communicate well, important skills, use AI responsibly. We'll see what is it, and stay curious. That is important. Your degree is beginning, not just the finish line, obviously, and you are just entering. What do we actually mean by AI? What does AI is? AI is basically, like, by now this definition is not much important for everybody. AI is something smart machines. The machines, the science and engineering of it, making the machines intelligent. As I said, a Buddhu machine and an intelligent machine, something that has to be given explicit instructions, programmed for every task it is supposed to do. Now you just give the name of a task and the AI will do it. Creating such a machines, creating such a softwares which do the task on their own, understand the task on their own, is nothing but artificial intelligence. AI is layered. There are multiple technologies there in AI. So it's not just the generative AI that we have been talking about as a AI, but there are deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence. There are various fields. This is not everybody needs to understand, isn't it? I was just giving terminology that you may this terminology may become, isn't it, on fingertip of everybody who gets into any stream now onwards. The toolbox, what we have, what is happening in AI. So AI may, large language models are coming up, the textual, which have textual intelligence, which are learning from text, given text, books, websites, crawled content, computer vision, a AI that can understand images, that can understand creation of new movies, isn't it, is something that is empowered by computer vision. Speech, like when you talk, that is understood by machine, turned into a text, that is speech AI. Prediction, recommendations, if you get into banking, if you get into business, a lot of that is used at multiple places. Generative AI, wherein the AI can generate new things. Autonomous agents is something that is, agents are going to fill up our life everywhere. Use AI like scientists, as I said, be curious, hallucination, bias, inaccuracy, over reliance, privacy. There are various problems with AI, and every problem, hallucination, bias, inaccuracy, over reliance, privacy, every problem poses a job opportunity. If AI keeps hallucinating, we'll need humans to remove that hallucination. If AI keeps on coming up with a fake facts, we'll need humans to fact check it. We'll need people. So people are not going to be replaced by machines. Whenever machines make a mistake, or there has to be a supervisor to machine, because machines are made to, these generative AI models are meant to generate in a sense, come up with new ideas. The new ideas may be fake, obviously, isn't it? New stories may be fake. Somebody has to be there and say that no, 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 this looks like a face fake. That needs a human. Bias, oh, this is biased, there needs to be a human to judgment. For example, a judge, if is replaced with an AI, there needs to be a, isn't it, if a AI agent or a computer laptop sitting on a judge's desk in a court gives a decision that is bande ko फांसी दो, isn't it, we need a real judge to cross check why is saying that this bande ko whatever, isn't it, punishment do. We need a human. There are jobs there. Just understand the problems with AI are, as I said, a problem in the world is a job for somebody else. A problem in artificial intelligence is a job for all of us. So, what we can do? So, we don't aim to get just a job for all your 3 years, 4 years. You have to, your aim should be become valuable in not just AI age, but any technological change that will come across you. What your focus has to be, how can I become valuable? And now with you, you have a strength of an AI, you have a ladder that AI has given you to rise up and help others. So job changes, technology changes, industry change, people who keep learning, adapting and creating value stay relevant in any area. Obviously future belongs to the people who learn to work intelligently with AI. And for you people getting on to university in your first year, welcome aboard. With this, I think I have surpassed my time. This is it from my side, but I would love to take more questions. Uh, I mean, elaborate on any slide, any content that you want. Sure. Thank you from my side. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
sure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Prakash sir. It was really very nice to listen to you about this AI, which is kind of a. So you can stop sharing your screen now,
Yeah,
and we are ready to take questions. So anybody who has any questions, they can either directly DM me or you can put your questions on the message box. We'll take some questions. So I would like to tell everybody that Prakash sir is working in the field of AI from the very, very beginning. Very beginning means I remember in 2009,
seven
he
seven. Yeah,
joined
yeah.
CDEC.
7 7.
Yes.
Yeah,
Since then, he is
2007.
working. 2007. Oh,
Yeah.
2000, since 2007, he is working in the field of AI. And as he mentioned, that the face of AI was a little different than it is now. Okay. And now, since he is advising many government project, he is part of many government project, he keep interacting with government officials, and he is also a government official, by the way. So he knows what is going on in the field, and that is why he is sharing his real experience. So any word that he has spoken, you should take it as a very, very rich message and write it somewhere. So he clearly mentioned that it's not like that jobs are going to go away. They will be there, but the shape of the jobs will change. So basically, jobs are shifting, jobs are not going anywhere else. What does it mean? It means that now you have an opportunity to be a more human. Why I'm saying this? So when, as Prakash sir has mentioned, that when he was doing his engineering and I was doing my engineering, we were so much into the coding because there was no helping hand. Even if we forget a semicolon, we may have spent half an hour just to find where is the mistake, logic is correct, and everything is working fine. But we spent half an hour just in front of the screen searching for this and that. You don't have to do it right now. But when you are not doing it, then what you are doing? You have extra half an hour, let us say. Then what are you doing? Are you reading any novel? Are you making any progress in knowledge? Or you are still just saying that I am a CS person, I am an art person, I'll not look here and there. If you are doing the same thing that we were doing 30 or 25 years back, then where will you be after some time? You will be nowhere. Correct? So at our time, we don't have the time to spend on different areas, but you have that time, you have that luxury. So spend it well, utilize it fully, and try to enhance your knowledge in all dimensions so that you become a useful asset to the society, and later you can utilize those skills into developing nation, developing humanity, and developing yourself as well. So I'll simply say that the recordings of this lecture is going to be there. It is going to be on YouTube. I'll save it because very important lessons sir has given, shared with us, and I want you to remember this during your graduation at Vivekananda Global University, so that after 3 years, you know what exactly you have to do. So thank you, Dr. Thank you, Prakash sir. It was really nice to listen to you and really nice to see the office where I have been for
Yeah,
almost 1.5
you have
years.
been part of this office for long,
Yes.
isn't it?
And especially thank because now I know it's Saturday, so you have taken extra time to come to office just for this talk. So that's very nice of you, sir. We will see, we'll try to invite you in more sessions, possibly physically also sometime, so that everybody in physical presence also take the advantage of your knowledge. So from the CDOE, I really thank you, sir, for taking your time, taking your efforts, and lightening our students. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you to the VGU, Yogendra sir, ma'am, Garima ma'am,
Thank
and
you,
all
sir.
the students who came here. I wish everybody a very bright future. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much,
much,
sir.
sir.
It was
Thank you, ma'am.
really nice and it was very enlightening
Thank you,
sessions.
ma'am. And so still, it was, isn't it? It
We are
was
looking
online
forward to
mode. I
have
have
more
nobody in
sessions.
front of me, but
Yes,
still,
sir.
I tried to.
Yes. Next time
Yeah.
we'll definitely be with more participants, more
Sure.
questions, and more
Yeah.
interactions. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.